All right, welcome everyone. Subscribe to YouTube. Check out YouTube. YouTube is amazing. Follow everything. I'll give you guys the socials right there. Global Lab, 22nd of July. I am TheChilliers. Hello, hello. Finally, we get some rework balance right here, but small disclaimer. I was hoping for a smaller patch today since I have a dentist and doctor's appointment in just a couple of hours. If the translate, it's okay. It's the guy that translated the stuff. That's okay. That's okay. I think we can understand. But yeah, most of the classes here seems to get one or another thing. I can only go into LAN in a more detailed way. We can see what they do to the most broken classes like Circer, Valkyrie, Warrior, Awakening Megu, if they do anything. Like we can see on a few classes special evasion changes, item change, monster change, node war, War of the Roses, mount changes, UI change. Okay. So yeah, all classes. Several character-related patches were released today through the Black Desert Institute. First of all, we are adjusting the effect of debuffs related to the speed reduction because of the decrease in speed directly affected the character's action. I felt it was too much, and to that extent, it also became a factor that made combat frustrating. Accordingly to the speed reduction, including movement, attack speed, cast speed, has been changed to apply only up to 20%, 25% including skill add-on up to 5 seconds. Considering the actions of each character, even 20% is not a small figure. However, if we reduce it further, the meaning of this effect itself will disappear. So we set it to the minimum, and we will make further adjustment if deemed necessary through continuous testing even after the patch. So this makes sense because a few of the classes they got a little bit not as good as they used to be, like Succession Witch, for example. Like it is still very, very good, but a few things happen to the flow of the skills and everything to make it a little bit worse. It does deserve to get nerfed anyway, even for PvE. I'm talking about PvE here. But yeah, a few of these like flow changes, it kind of bugged out a few skills on other classes, right? Not really bugging them out, but slowing them down, really. The following are changes that special evasion options. To the special evasion options. Special evasion has been one of the most important effects in PvP, but after recent patch to reduce the number of hits, there is a large variation in damage due to this effect. Our goal was to maintain this effect as much as possible, considering its uniqueness, specificity. Yeah, whatever. But after ongoing testing, we come to the conclusion that it would be difficult to improve it while keeping the option in place. Accordingly, we would like to change the effect of special evasion to increase maximum HP 75%. Wait, 75 per 1%. I tested it by changing the normal damage reduction rate or the special damage reduction rate. Changing it to the maximum life effect gave the most similar combat experience in terms of the rate of avoiding existing special attacks. In addition, we are judging that the maximum HP was the most appropriate option, as it was a meaningful option in all situations, including PvE rather than PvP. Okay, so that was more of a PvE buff, change. With this patch, the average maximum health of adventurers will increase, and accordingly recover items will also change, such as the standard effect of life recovery potions, extra large being increased from 275 to 550. Wait. In addition, please note that the percentage-based HP recovery of some classes can become overbalanced as maximum HP increase. To be real honest, this is more of a PvP change than a PvE change. I don't know why they write the other way around here, but maybe, god damn it, maybe they translated it the wrong way. But this is way more of a PvP change. If like that the extra HP on recovery potion, god damn, that's gonna be so broken for the tankier classes that have HP pools like crazy, right? And HP in PvE is not really too important, but by a standard. So I don't really know why they wrote that. Maybe it's like translated wrong or something. Lastly, in addition to the patch content above, there are big and small changes to some characters. After the number of hit reduction patch, we are continuously checking the performance of each character through various data as well as various feedback from adventurers. And today we have reflected the information that we believe is absolutely necessary. We wanted to avoid downward adjustment as much as possible. But some classes were inevitable. Adjusted Berserker Dracania. That sounds really good. And more. Since the changes to each character are very important, we will continue to check and improve on them even after the patch. Many people may feel that today's patch is a very big change due to changes in special evasion effect and content related to HP recovery. However, as the previous reduction in the number of hits, we have judged that the content reflected today is essential for a healthy combat environment. Therefore, we will focus on our best to do and ensure that each content is well reflected, so other adventurers can enjoy the game. Okay. This is not something new. I already said that they were going to do this. They were going to wait a few weeks, which is a bad way of doing it because a lot of people kind of quit the game already. It's never good to like wait a few weeks and then release like massive amount of changes and then wait a few other weeks and do the same thing, right? Continuous updating is always the best, especially when it comes to like big reworks and stuff like that. But either way, we got some balance. This shit, I don't know how this is good for the game to increase like HP, and it sounds like it's only gonna unbalance the game more. But yeah, we will see. As I mentioned before, like some of these we're just gonna browse through. So if you guys wanna like pause the YouTube to read what it's all about, then please do that. I'm gonna try to read the most important things. The speed reduction effect for all characters have been adjusted. Reduce movement speed, reduce attack speed, reduce cast speed. That sounds like a good idea. But not on all of the classes. I don't know. The duration and reduction rate of the speed reduction effect applied upon successful hit has been reduced. Sometimes that is good. It depends on what class it is that throws it out, and what type of an impact it has. Additionally, the duration of the speed reduction effect has been changed to apply up to 5 seconds, speed reduction rate up to 20%. For example, in the case of Musa, the backstab slash, the effect of reduced movement speed 50% for 10 seconds, the duration of reduction rate are reduced by 50%, and the effect is changed to reduce the movement speed by 25% for 5 seconds. I mean, it sounds like a good thing, but yeah, it sounds like a good thing. For skills where the speed reduction effect increased depending on each skill level, it changed to apply equally at all skill levels, and that's good. But it doesn't really matter too much anyway. People are gonna be level 60 and max out all of the skills. In the case of each of the skill that have separate effect of reducing attack speed, cast speed, the effect has been unified to reduce both attack speed, cast speed. So One of the reasons why this is bad is because Sork exists. So like you have to slow down the Sork to be able to kill the Sork, you know. So sometimes it can be a good thing, sometimes this would be a bad thing, right? Overall is a good thing in my opinion, because like slowing down classes is really annoying. And we all been playing that way for many years now. Back in the days you used to like stack slows on people. And that was like the most annoying thing of all times. But then at a separate note, classes in BDO is way too fast. So it would be good to slow down the classes like a little bit. So that gives you less desync. It gives you like more, so you can predict what they're doing, not just spam super armors randomly, right? All character movement and dashes have been. Oh. And what is the mobility skills? This applies when the main purpose of the skill is movement or avoidance. Yeah. Dash skill involve moving forward. Yeah, we know that. Movement skills have been changed to affect by movement speed increase decrease effect. Movement skills have been changed to be affected by. What, wasn't that always the case? If someone slowed me down, like my dash wouldn't my dash be a little bit slower? I haven't really thought about that. Some of the skills are affected by the movement speed increase decrease effect during the starting motion, and are not affected by the movement speed increase decrease effect while moving as before. Yeah, I know some. Yeah, I know that some skills are movement speed and some are attack speed based on movement. So like if you want a succession land to be a little bit slower, you have to slow its attack speed, for example. If you want to slow the yeah, so like that's how it goes, right? So they mean that it doesn't matter anymore. It's gonna be both. So like if you just slow them, they're gonna be slow even if they use attack speed to move around. Attack skills. It does sound like the intentional purpose. Yeah, it sounds like the intentional purpose. I would say that that's a good thing. It would make sense, but at the same time, it's kind of like annoying to get slowed. I don't know. Okay, going into warrior, going into class, individual class changes. I can't really read on like all of these stuff, but I wish someone was like, you know, summing it up at the end of this. They just give you like a pro and con thing. Yeah, but yeah, I guess not everyone knows every class, right? So yeah, I can't really I don't understand this anyway. So if you guys play a warrior, you want to get this information, you pause the video right there and read. I just hope that that these changes that they are gonna be good for the game. We can read about the Circer. That this is gonna be fun. Sork meta coming back. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the fact that you can't hit the Sork has always been the broken aspect of the class. And it is the worst. It's the worst, like gameplay. Fighting a Sork is the worst. Okay, well, what is this? Circer. All of these like beast roar and beast whatever beast skills have removed the health recovery effect applied while transforming into a beast. Yeah, that's good. Beast, more beast skills. 20% movement speed reduction effect have been added 5 seconds when successfully hit apply following skills. Yeah, they nerfing the Berserker and a few other classes. And this is kind of revolutionary in a way because they almost never done this before. They done like minor adjustments, but it was always a very broken class, to be honest. It could have been like other classes in the past that were a little bit better, so that's why more people didn't play Berserker, but Berserker was always like one of those classes. Dracania has always been one of those classes. Striker has been one of those classes. Like stamina has been changed. Stamina does not recover when using the lava piercer. Yeah, that's like a LAN change right there. That's what they did to LAN too. Stamina change. Stamina does not recover when using. Okay, so most likely you're gonna run out of stamina a little bit if you're running around. That's my that's what I think is gonna happen here, and that makes total sense because you should never like sprint around like that crazy and never lose any stamina. It never made any sense. So that's good. In my head. Hey, welcome back, Vex. I say fighting a Sork is no less broken than fighting a permaclass. Yeah, it depends on the matchup, but it's not fun because you can't hit. If you fight a Berserker, at least you can hit the Berserker. You might not do any damage, but you can hit them. If you fight a Sork, you don't even hit them, so you don't do any damage. You don't hit them. Nothing register. The fact that it is that way, it makes the gameplay even more boring. I'm not saying that both of them are fun to fight against, but at least you can like hit one, even if it doesn't make damage. At least you hit them. So like you can grab them, you can hit them, you can but then it does depend on the matchup too, right? What is the succession? Succession. Recovering health 2.0 to 2.5% maximum health. 1 second for 20 seconds. In beast form has been changed, affecting. That's huge. That is huge. A huge nerf, which they deserve. They shouldn't really gain any health, to be honest. They shouldn't gain any health. But yeah, I mean. Cooldown has been changed to 45 seconds to 20 seconds. I don't know what that is. Stamina has been changed. It doesn't recover while using the prime lava piercer. Yeah, so they do a lot of these like LAN changes to the Berserker when you in the skill animation you don't recover more stamina, right? The fact that you will recover stamina when you did skills, that is kind of one of the reasons why the Berserker could just keep on moving around and do whatever he was doing. Stamina change. Yeah. Awakening. They kind of need to nerf the damage on the Awakening a little bit. But yeah, they haven't done that. Okay, so they don't really do too many things. It's more of a nerf to the succession Berserker. There is also a nerf to the Awakening Berserker because of these stuff, but yeah, more of a nerf to the succession, and mainly HP and stamina nerf, and that's good. That's a good start on nerfing this class. They still need to keep on doing it. Is this live? This will be either next patch or the patch after that. This is global lab, so usually like next week or in 2 weeks. Don't roll striker, just roll DR striker. Wait, don't roll Circer. Don't roll Circer, roll striker. I don't know. They have done stuff like this before, maybe not like to the Circer, but to other classes, and they were still like very strong to play anyway. It could nerf the class a little bit, but it was all, this class was game breakingly broken. It could just maybe be broken now, you know. So we see how big of an impact that really has when it goes live. Tamer maximum health before level 30 has been increased. Meva, I don't know Meva. Meva does a lot of damage. That is the only thing I know. Valkyrie. This is one of the funny aspects of Valkyrie. A lot of people complaining about like, and they shouldn't be, but a lot of people complaining about like Valkyrie nerf not being justified. Valkyrie is one of the most broken classes in the game. but in a 1 versus 1 you have to learn how to play it. It is very hard to play, and in large scale you can kind of just chill on it a little bit. You don't need to play it like a god. You're gonna be very, very strong. But yeah, the fact that they decreased the HP on the heals and stuff like that, that's the things that the Valkyrie players didn't like, you know. It makes it less broken. So I played Valkyrie for PvP for like 6 months, and this is a good change, but maybe not the best things to prioritize. If I was gonna nerf this class, I would take away most of like the, and this goes for other classes too. Like I would do that to other classes too, but like skill passives and skill buffs, they get way too much. It makes the class scale tremendously good. You have to lower the AP somehow. If you want to play tanky Valkyrie, you have to lower his base AP so it doesn't kill people. 301 AP, you know. So that would be one of the biggest nerfs that I would hit the class with, to take away a little bit of damage. So they would either pick like, do they not want to die? Like fine, okay, but you don't do that much damage. Or do you want to do a little bit of damage, but you could also die a little bit? Fine, you know, balance. So that's probably the biggest change that I would hit it with, personally. And then there can be a few other things too. But yeah, so some change at least. I don't know. I don't know if it's the best change though, but it does need to be nerfed. Like either way, it does need to get nerfed. It doesn't really matter. So that's what I would do. But PA Ninja changed 50. Yeah, I mean I would do the same changes to Striker, Circer. Like there's so many other change. Like I would do the same changes to those classes too. If you want to be tanky, like you shouldn't be able to kill people. Not even in an easy time fighting a squishy class. It should like balance out, you know. If you want to have a pro, you should also have a con. Yeah, well. Okay, so they're taking away the 50%, changing that to 5,000. Isn't that a buff? Because like most people don't really have more than like 10,000 health. So that could be a buff, right? Am I thinking about that the right way? It's like most of the classes don't have, like, yeah, Ninja probably don't have more than 10,000 HP, right? Unless you have that node war buff or whatever that is. So that could actually be like a, could be a buff. Yep. Yeah, I can give you the link right there. Yeah. Wizard. What is this? Hmm. Rushing stream. Yeah, I don't even know. Which elementalization? Okay. Paralysis skill changed. Striker changes. Bound effect in Rage Hammer has been changed to only apply to monsters. Stiffening effect only applies to monsters. Overguard effect has been added to flow when using the skill. They don't need to do that shit to the striker. If there is anything they need to do is to take away forward guards and super armors. If there is anything that they should do to a striker, is like take away protections. And this, again, is not the only class. They have to take away protections on many of the other classes too. LAN too. But you know, like you have to do it differently. Like you have to balance the classes differently, right? So like if you take protection away from a LAN, like you still have to make it more tanky somehow. It's like you still have to make it a little bit more tanky somehow. But a little bit less protected. The super armor smash game is not good for PvP. Is not good. There should be a pro with a con. You know, you either do damage unprotected, or you use super armor to counter CCs, or you should do CC skill that doesn't really do too much damage and is usually unprotected, or you can use like a forward guard to like not get you know, lose HP, right, as a sense of protection, staying alive. But you shouldn't do damage throwing out super armors. You shouldn't do damage throwing out, you know, forward guard. Is the things that makes the game very very boring to play, to be honest. You play a striker 100% super armor protection, like Circer 100%, like people just face roll the keyboard and eventually they win because they stack 5,000 evasion and somehow they still do damage. So it's just, it makes the gameplay very bad, and that's a nice word for it. Yeah, I mean, if there is anything, they have to, they do have to nerf the striker too somehow. It kind of feels like it gets a small nerf right there, but I don't know if it's gonna do anything, to be honest. I haven't personally played Striker, so I could see it in a different light for sure. I know from fighting Striker though. Yeah, it's just a gear check. It's just like who can do the most protected damage and win, you know, Dosa or you guys see the Dosa tournament? They used to like spamming skills, like trying to get back attack. Like it's not fun to watch that. And the stun has been successfully changed to apply. I guess okay. So it's not really a nerf or a buff in my opinion. They're changing a few things, but you might have to change the gameplay a little bit. Yeah, this on the other hand can be a little bit more influential. Recovery from 300 to 600 doesn't really make any sense. Down smash has been removed from spiral. That's huge. That's actually very good. That's a little bit of a nerf right there. Wait, what is Skull Crusher? Oh no! Wait, huh? Wait, they're buffing it? Oh, is the attack speed disappears, so they increase the AP on it. I don't know. I don't know. Non-grab versus non-grab matchup can go forever. Yeah, I mean, especially if you're fast enough to run away, you can heal back up some classes. Succession Circle deserve PvP nerf, also deserve a PvE buff. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give my point of view after we go through this. Mystic, I don't know Mystic. You guys can pause here in the YouTube video if you guys wanna, if you wanna read on the Mystic. I can read on LAN, and then when I check on Dracania, a little bit Megu maybe. Is the classes that are more interesting to check out. LAN, Dancing with Death. Dancing with Death skills have been changed. Defense Judgment has been changed to full regard when using the skill. The knockdown effect has been changed to apply only to monsters. Life recovery 160 to 250. Down smash effect has been added when successful hit occurs. This is a buff, and they don't need to do that, to be honest. This is there is a nerf in it, but there is at the end of it, this is a buff, and they don't need to do that. The fact that you have full regard on it, PvP, this doesn't matter, like the HP on hit or whatever. But yeah, the fact that you get a full regard when you use this skill, it takes away the knockdown, but it adds down smash. No, so this is a buff. They didn't need to do that, but okay. Frontal guard has been added. Furor skill, bound effect has been changed. Okay, again. This doesn't make any sense. This is a buff. They didn't have to do this. Like they have to do things to the LAN, but this is not what they have to do. This is totally not what they have to do. Well, what is this? Mangler, the knockdown effect of the flow mangler skill have been changed to apply in PvP as well. Oh, the knockdown effect of the flow mangler. That's another buff that I don't know. I don't know if that's good or like bad when it comes to balancing, but again, they don't need to do that. Binding change, binding chains full regard effect has been added to binding chain. Again, adding full regard, like Deadly Dance, the defense judgment applied when learning the core Deadly Dance have been changed from frontal car. Okay, so is it? Okay, is a pretty big buff to Awaken Elan. But not the type of a buff it needs to. Not the buff that it needs to have. This just makes it more protected. It makes it so it is already very hard to CC a LAN if you don't grab the LAN. Very hard. But this makes it so you have to grab them. Like unless you don't play the game, like you're gonna have to grab the LAN now. So it is a buff to the class, but it's definitely not a balance buff. This doesn't make any sense. Protection-wise, the LAN is already very protected. Tankiness-wise, they can make it a little bit more tanky. Take away maybe 1 or 2 protections. They have to do that on other classes too, right? Take away 1 or 2 protections, make it more tanky, and add more damage to it. And give stamina back that they took away. That's the changes they have to do to LAN. All of the LAN players, they know the same thing. But this is weird. Another example of when they are buffing something that are already good. So they are buffing protection on the LAN. They don't need to do that. It's already very protected. It needs other things. Stamina, tankiness, a little bit more damage, and maybe some heal, you know, because you rather die, respawn, and go back to the fight, and that happens like 30 seconds faster. So add and heal to it too. But this is not good when it comes to balancing. This is great for me if I want to play LAN in PvP. But yeah, another example of PA not knowing how to balance the LAN right here. They buffing something that is already strong. That if they want to balance, they should kind of take away like two protections, and they should do other things when it comes to buffing the class. Like, yeah, good for me. They're just giving us frontals and knockdowns, even though it's the least of our problems. Yeah, I mean, it does make the class stronger though, because it also, like, you know, super armor on Deadly Dance, for example. Forward guard on these skills. It does make the class stronger, but it isn't the thing that is necessary. Like, it is gonna make it stronger, but it has to be more stronger in other aspects to make it more stronger overall to be competitive. But yeah, maybe with a rebalance here, maybe it's gonna push up the LAN a little bit in the hierarchy. Shy, I don't know Shy. Nova, I don't know Nova. If it says to like slow it down a little bit, that would be good as a balance thing. But it doesn't really say that. I don't know. I don't know if it's or Sir the big fish. In the case of a 1 versus 1 AOS any scale, I feel we are in low risk, high reward meta. I mean, a lot of the times in open world, I've been feeling like people are just gonna play cheesy, and they refuse to change, swap their gear, because if they swap their gear, they're gonna have a worse matchup, because they are sacrificing their tankiness to try to do a little bit more damage. So that's the kind of like gameplay now in open world. Is like people either stick with playing cheesy and they just stack on DP and they still do damage. But obviously, if they fight someone that does the same thing, no one is gonna kill anyone. So only the person that is swapping to like more DPS, they take the chance and they usually lose on it. Sadly. Corsair, I don't really know Corsair. Corsair. She's supposed to be a in and out assassin DPS type, but we don't have the damage and stamina. Yeah, it does need to have a little bit more tankiness too, so you don't die too easy, and also some kind of a like mini heal. Just to keep up with the current state of the game, even for PvE. Dracania. Dracania is also one of those like super broken classes right now. Health recovery changed from 5% to maximum health recovery to 200 health. That's a pretty noticeable nerf right there. Sounds good. Succession 5% to 400 heal. Okay. Mm. Mm. Super armor to forward guard. That's good. Take away protections. I mean, it still has a protection, but you can CC Dracania maybe. Defense, blah blah blah. Yeah, when it comes to they're adding a super armor to this flow cloud strife. When it comes to Dracania classes, it needs to nerf them in the sense of like protection wise, because you have to have a grab to like even win a fight, you know, against a Dracania. Same thing against a striker, same thing against a Zerker. You have to have a grab, otherwise you're not gonna win. So when it comes, unless you play Awakening Megu, but yeah, this is a little bit cheap in my opinion. They should have done way more. I don't. They even start. They start by saying that most like kind of like noting this, like Berserker and Dracania is gonna get nerfed. You know, I don't really feel like Dracania changes was a little bit cheap right here, to be honest. It's a few like HP stuff and I mean on 2 skills. Yeah, adding super armor, taking away, adding forward guard. This is a little bit cheap. It's a little bit cheap right there. Does the streamer always ignore the audience? I'm trying to read a little bit Akastal, okay? Awakening Lan is supposed to be CC bot support. It is supposed to be an assassin. It is an assassin class. You're supposed to be able to have enough damage to kill people in a fairly quick way. That's what it's supposed to be. But if PA want to make it something else, it's not the first time that they do that. The Zerker is probably more of an assassin class than the Lan, to be honest. But we see now when they nerf the Zerker mobility, it's always a little bit weird when it comes to how PA makes the game, like class identities and such. Okay. I don't really understand what this means, but heading on to Megu. Health recovery effect of the twirling crane has been changed, recovering 40% maximum to 2008. That is a very cheap. That's a very cheap change right there. the Awakening Megu, it does probably the most damage in the game by just like spinning around a little bit. The fact that they don't change the damage on that is a little bit like mindfuck. I don't know why they don't do that. But okay. Gravity Blink skill has been improved so we can activate forward as well. That's actually pretty good. When it comes to the mobility of the class and speeding up the mobility a little bit right there. Change the direction, impossible, okay. I think the mobility stuff is like okay-ish. Like it is a slow class, but it is supposed to be a slow class. But it doesn't have to feel bad. So hopefully that doesn't make it like it makes it so it feels better. Yeah, I don't know about these like hammer smashes. Global Lab is right there. They still have to buff the LAN in this is a buff to the LAN Axionis, but this is the weird unnecessary not meant to be buff. to the LAN. LAN is already a protected class. They don't need to buff the protection. It is the wrong kind of a buff. They have to give the LAN more damage. They have to give it more stamina and HP, like some kind of a heal or something, because you sacrifice yourself to die to just keep on fighting like faster. So that's what they have to do. When it comes to nerfing, to make it balanced, they should take away protection to balance the LAN. You know, you should take away protection. But yeah, they also have to do that on all of the other skills. I mean, all of the other classes, right? You can't only do that on one class. But that is the most important things, that they have to give the LAN a little bit more tankiness, a little bit more damage, a little bit more stamina, a little bit like heal, and then they should take away protection. Dosa, my Nosa. Stamina change, recovery, attack trigger immediately when a distant enemy is close on moving off the deep haze. According to stamina is restored even during the second. Okay. Stamina has been changed to recover when... Okay. It uses more stamina. But it recovers when you do the skill. Stamina changes on the Dosa. If this is like a small nerf to stamina, that is good in PvP. The attack range of the skill has been increased. That is good. That is very good. For PvE and maybe even for PvP. And okay, this is good too. Yeah, good. It was a very, like, it didn't really have that long range on the skills, so that's good. It's not supposed to be like super long, but you know, like animation wise, it has to look like what it's doing, right? Okay. All right. Improving, leveling up, getting the skills. Okay. So that's all of the classes. Super armor on deadly dance, so they give you more tankiness. No, more protection. Tankiness and protection is two different things. Protection is not being like CC'd, and tankiness is like how fast you die, HP wise. So it's two different things. They have to nerf the protection on the LAN. I've been saying this for 5 years. The LAN has always had insane amount of protections, always. But in the more recent years, is lacking in HP, like is lacking in tankiness, heal, is lacking in stamina, is lacking in yeah, a little bit. Wait, did I say tankiness? It does lack in tankiness, because you die even in PvE. You die. You die if you have like 50 more DP DR in PvE. Like there is a reason why every single LAN, and me included, that there is a reason why we have backup crystals. Like, you know, tens and tens of backup crystals in PvE, because we keep on dying. You shouldn't die that like easily. You can play other classes, you will never die. And yeah, LAN is supposed to be a squishy class, but there is still a few limits, you know, on how squishy and what is okay. And where do I find the Pearl Shop updates? I don't know. They probably don't mention that unless there is a UI thing or something. They usually just mention that on the website, right, and not in the global lab. But yeah, my opinion on these class buffs, class nerfs is like Striker could have gotten a little bit more, Megu could have gotten a little bit more. I don't know about Warrior. Zerker should have got a little bit more, but it already got like a decent nerf, so that's good. And the Dracania should have definitely gotten more. Dracania was the cheapest nerf of all time. People are gonna go, if this stamina nerf to Zerker is so like breaking the class, people are just gonna go to Dracania. That like is like equally or as good, almost. So this doesn't really change anything. It kind of looks like the last time they nerfed the Dracania. They did that with a tiny little bit, and then people just went to Zerker. And then people went back to Dracania again when they like touched the Zerker with you know. So in my opinion, in my real honest opinion and unbiased thinking, this changes, all of these changes right here, it took way too long to get out. It's not even out in the game yet, and most of the classes still haven't gotten a balance. So it's a pretty, in my opinion, it's a pretty cheap class change patch, and unless they add more to it, it's pretty cheap. Yeah, like for 3-4 weeks later, this is pretty cheap. But yeah, moving on. Moving on, special evasion changes. Special evasion rate effect has been changed 75 maximum to per 1%. Okay. I still don't understand this. The impact it can have in the game for more tanky classes and more tanky classes that already have a bigger HP pool like Zerker, it could have a way bigger difference. And unless this kind of evens it out, but I don't know what this does. Max stamina? Yeah, I mean, it takes away the special evasion rate, but it adds 750 HP. 75 per 1%. So I don't really know. I don't know if it could be more beneficial to the more tankier classes with the more HP pool, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. My opinion, they need to fix the game bugs. The changes are just making more imbalance for the classes. Yeah, I mean, this is only one thing. The class balance is only one thing. And like you say, there is still many other things that they should take a look on, like foundation-wise. They have to fix the foundation of PvP. This is only one thing. It is good that they do this, but several weeks later is barely nothing. They say that it's a lot of things, but it's not really that many things. A few weeks later, and then there's still fundamental other PvP changes that they have to do. They're not taking care of anything when it comes to like protection, PvP gameplay, and they're adding more. They're adding more protection. So it kind of like ruins it in another way. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 750 HP for 10%. Yeah. So they added 750 HP to the crystal. Yeah, I don't exactly know what that means. How big of a deal this is. Special evasion rate. That could have been the fact that so many people were so tanky, maybe like a little bit more tankier than what they used to be, because the evasion rate, people got hit anyway. So this didn't really. No, I don't know. I don't know. I take it away. I don't know. I don't know. Things like this, I'm gonna, when we play it, we're gonna know. I'm not a scientist in BDO. I don't know. I have to play it. 5% movement speed, elevation. God damn, okay. I feel like they don't have to increase the HP in the game, and they're also increasing the HP gain by the potions at the same time. And if anything, is only going to be a nerf again to squishier classes and less HP classes like assassin classes. So again, it's going to be a little bit of a nerf HP wise to the more squishier classes. Adding more HP to these like whale potions and shit. I can already, like, I sense a great unbalance with this. When it comes to tanky, big HP pool healing classes that are like 100% protected, I can already see like a great unbalance with this. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Taking away RNG, that's good, isn't it? Depends on what RNG it is, and it depends on how they take it away, and it also depends on what they add. So it depends. It depends a little bit. Is Lan better now? Lan got buffed, but it got buffed in the wrong way. So yeah, it is better now, but it should be better in other ways. It shouldn't be better. Lan got buffed with protections, and Lan is already a very protected class. It needs to get buffed with stamina, DPS, tankiness, and HP, like some kind of a heal. And they should kind of nerf the protection on the Lan. That's what they kind of should have done to like fix the class, to balance the class, to have it still being very compatible, but also, you know, not supremely broken. You can still like kill the class. Okay, item changes. Elixir of Harmony was added through today's patch. Elixir of Harmony. Like existing elixirs, frenzy, etc. First of all, the Elixir of Harmony is a new item that can be used by processing multiple elixirs into one effect. Except for some, most Elixir of Harmony are applied to the entire party when used. Can be bought and sold on integrated exchange. The manufacturer method simply that existing elixirs, but since there are many types of elixirs, making the process involves several steps. Additionally, please note that the Elixir of Harmony occupy 15 items. That was the pay to win thing. That was yeah. It still occupies. So if you want to be able to use this, now you have to have at least what is it, continuous carefree or something. You have to have like 15 items for the fairy, otherwise you can't even use this. Is it 4? But at a second note, you can kind of pop it manually, right? So it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, in one side, it's a very pay-to-win thing. Like, they still don't take away the pay-to-win on the fairy skill, but at the same time, you can kind of pop it manually, right? It's like you press one button, you get 15 item worth. But yeah, it is a little bit annoying to press a button. in the world of BDO, pressing buttons is yikes. CC3 is only 12. I like the change that they combine all of these stuff. They do this only because they want people to still keep on paying money for the fairy and the skill and everything. Which I never thought was a good idea to begin with. It's a very stupid thing. It is meant to bring PA a lot of money, but kind of fucks the player base. Yeah, I think this is still, like, if you look at the good and the bad, it is still good. This is still good. Like, it's leaning on the good side. Elixir, like all of the different elixirs in the game, is just so annoying. They have to make it more convenient to like do the thing that you want to do. You don't want to organize BDO. You want to play BDO. It's okay with a little bit. It's okay with a little bit of organization and stuff like that, but you need a flight checklist to do PvE. You need to have a big piece of paper and like 50 different things to even do PvE. Don't forget the house buff, don't forget the tent buff, don't forget the special buff and the manor buff and event buffs and event food and regular food and there are so many things. This is good. Overall is good. But of course they don't wanna like lose money, right? So yeah. Wait, the orbs are on sale? I don't mind clicking, but there's 20 different shit to do. Yeah, I mean, there's always something that you forget. That's an indicator of that they have to simplify the game. If they don't simplify the game, it's very annoying to play the game because there's so many things you have to do. You're gonna forget about something. Everyone forgets about something. I forget many times every single day. Like, oh, oopsie, I forgot to pop some scroll or something. Like, it is always something, right? Sub elixir item is manufacture a lower level elixir. The elixir creator in this process has even better effect, such as adding additional effect, the effect of elixir, 150 to 200, reducing penalties. Okay. Yep. Old Moon Manager starts selling magical catalyst for 1 million silver coin. Yeah, this is just crafting notes. What you have to do to make them better than nothing. Yeah, this is very good. I mean, it's better. Like in a perfect BDO, you didn't like you don't need you're not supposed to need a goddamn fairy, but yeah, it's not a perfect BDO. But this change is still better. It is still better than nothing. And this is pretty good. Good. This is huge. Like the buff bar. You can actually see what you're using and what you're not using. So now when you don't see all of that other things, like if you have a special food or something, you can actually see that. So that's huge. Good, huge, nice. If they want to keep up with inflation, I know I shouldn't really say anything, but we might not agree with the way that they're doing it, but at least it's going in the right direction. Yeah, for sure. I just wish it happened a little bit faster. They made some combined elixir worse or better than if you would consume the elixir separately. No, it's supposed to be like the same, right? Monster, wait, the attack power of monster that appear in hunting grounds with a recommended AP 300 or more has been increased by 10%. I think it's already kind of weird that they have like 300 AP recommended and not like 301 AP recommended, because that's the bonus, like that's the bonus bracket, right? So I personally already feel like this is kind of funky. It's not the same. Yeah, okay, if you say so. PA should give a scroll to re-roll weight. Yeah. You know what they should really do? If you pay for any kind of weight or any kind of loyalty weight or any kind of like real money weight, you should have that on all of the characters. That's what they should have really done. But yeah, they don't make as much money from that. So quest knowledge changes, Node War of the Roses. When you die during base war or conquest war, the position of the resurrection button has been changed. Okay. They give you like a rank now, like a title, rank title. Mount changes. Yeah, okay. They have to change when you talk to the warehouse manager that it should be your inventory that pops up, not like the storage inventory that pops up, because everyone that talks to their like the warehouse manager, they want to put things from your storage, from your inventory into the marketplace. That's like 90% of the times when you interact with a warehouse manager, you want to put things from your storage into the marketplace. The fact that the storage inventory is opening up, you always have to click on your inventory. It is so annoying. A UI guy, please. Hashashin, Corsair, Dosa, bug changes, typos, Dream Horde, Doom, help, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a solid patch, but in my real opinion, I feel like it is a solid patch, but I also feel like some things are happening a little bit too slow. Some things are happening a little bit too. It's better late than never, but not if you quit the game, right? A lot of people already quit the game. So yeah, like sometimes better late than never, but sometimes it's just better if they do it like instantly. When it comes to these like class changes, I feel like they are pretty cheap. It's been 3 or 4 weeks now after the rework, and it's a pretty cheap change right here. There's not really too many things. They are nerfing things that needs to be nerfed. They're also buffing things that don't need to get buffed. But overall, it's not really that many things. They kind of forgot about Awakening Megu damage. They totally forgot about that. They Dracania, like this is nothing. Even looking at the Circer, it should have been hit with a few more things. Yeah, it's a good patch. Follow and subscribe on YouTube, chat. This has been the Global Lab read through. So if you want to support this content, you want me to read through all of this, you just want to listen, you want to put on that Global Lab on YouTube and just like, sleep away. Support the content and we keep on making more of these. Okay, music.